Prism, come here. Prism, where is that baby? "28 years ago, Prism, you left Lord Bracknell's house, number 128 Upper Grosvenor Square, with a perambulator that contained a baby of the male sex. You never returned. 3 weeks later, the perambulator was discovered at midnight in a remote corner of Bayswater through the exhaustive investigations of the Metropolitan Police. In it was a 3-volume novel of more than usually revolting sentimentality. But the baby was not there. Prism, where is that baby?
Lady Bracknell, I must admit with shame that I do not know. The simple facts of the case are these. On the morning of the day you mentioned, a day that is forever printed in my memory, I prepared myself and the baby to take it out in its perambulator. And I had with me a somewhat old but capacious handbag in which I intended to place a manuscript of a work of fiction that I have been reading for some time in my few unoccupied hours. And in a moment of mental abstraction for which I can never forgive myself, I placed the manuscript in the bassinet and the baby in the bag.
But where did you deposit the handbag, Miss Prism?
Do not ask me, Mr. Worthy.
Miss Prism, it is a matter of no small importance to me. I insist on knowing where you deposited that handbag that contained that infant.
I left it in a cloakroom of one of the larger rail stations in London.
Which railway station?
Victoria, the Brighton line!
I must retire to my room for a second. Gwendolyn, wait for me here.
If you're not too long, I'll wait for my light.
What do you suppose this means, Lady Bracknell?
I do not know, but I need not remind you, Doctor, this sort of thing does not happen in high families. It is not considered the done thing.
Uncle Jack seems strangely agitated, don't you think?
Your guardian is of most emotional nature.
He sounds as though he's having an argument. I detest arguments. They are always vulgar and often convincing.
It has stopped now.
I do wish he would come to some conclusion.
It's terrible, look at all that.
Is this the handbag, Miss Prism? Examine it carefully before you speak. The happiness of more than one person's life depends on your answer.
Yes, it seems to be mine. Here's the victory it received through an upsetting of a Gulf Street bus. An incident happened in a happier day. And here is the stain, a stain of explosion of a temperance beverage. An incident happened at Leamington. And here on the lock, look, are my initials. I had forgotten an extravagant wood I hadn't placed there. Yes, it seems to be mine. It has been a great inconvenience being without it all these years, and it's so good to have it restored to me so unexpectedly.
Miss Prism, more is restored to you than you think. You see, I was the baby that was placed in that handbag.
You?
Yes, Mother.
Mr. Worthy, I will bury it.
I'm married.
Yes.
I cannot deny this is a serious blow. But who has the right to cast a stone against one who has been so wrong? Why must there be one rule for man and another for women? Mother, I forgive you.
Mr. Irving, there is some error. And there is the woman who can tell you who you really are. Tell him.
Miss Prism, I hate to seem inquisitive, but would you mind telling me who I am?
The answer I will give you will not altogether please you. You are the son of my late sister, Lady Moncrief, and consequently, Algernon's elder brother.
Alger's elder brother? Then I've had a brother all the time. I always told you I had a brother, didn't I, Cecily? Oh, Miss Prism, my unfortunate brother. Dr. Chasuble, my unfortunate brother. Gwendolyn, my unfortunate brother. Algie will have to start treating me with some more respect. You've never once treated me like I was your brother.
Well, I haven't had a lot of practice at it. I'll try and do better in the future then.
My own. But what are you? What is your Christian name? Now you've become someone else.
Goodness me, I'd quite forgotten that one. Your position on the subject is unalterable, I assume?
I never change, except in my affections. Oh, what a noble nature you have, Gwendolyn.
Then the matter had better be cleared up at once. Lady Bracknell, at the time at which Miss Prism deposited me in the handbag, had I been christened?
Every luxury, including christening, had been lavished on you by your doting parents.
Then what was my Christian name? Come on, let me know the worst.
Naturally, being the eldest, you were christened after your father.
What was his Christian name?
I cannot presently recall the General's Christian name, though I am sure he had one. He was an eccentric, but that came later as a result of the Indian climate and indigestion, marriage, other such things.
Algy, can you remember our father's Christian name?
Well, we're hardly on speaking terms. He died when I was a year old.
His name would appear in the court guides of the period, I assume.
The General was essentially a man of peace, apart from in his domestic life. But his name would appear in any military register of the period.
The military registers of the past 40 years are here. These wonderful books should have been my constant study. Merriman, bring me the entire library. Oh, M. Generals. Malum, Maxbone, Maglin. What ghastly names they have. Markby, Migsby, Maltz, Moncrief. Lieutenant, Captain, Lieutenant Colonel, Colonel General, Christian names, Ernest John. I always told you that my name was Ernest, didn't I? It is, after all, Ernest.
Yes, I recall now. The General's Christian name was indeed Ernest. I knew I had some particular reason for disliking that name.
I told you your name was Ernest. I said you could have no other name.
Gwendolyn, it is a very painful thing to find out a man has been speaking the truth his entire life. Can you forgive me?
I can, for I feel you are sure to change.
T-shirt.
Frederick, at last.
Gwendolyn, at last.
My nephew, it seems you are showing some signs of triviality.
On the contrary, Aunt Augusta, I have just realized for the first time in my life the vital importance of being earnest.